Hello everybody, welcome back to the HTAB YouTube channel, where today you find me here in Thurso. It's grey, it's foggy, it's miserable, and it's fairly dreek, as they say around here for some reason. Just say it's miserable. Why are you faffing up the English language? Anyway, there's not much going on here. As you can see, the beach is fairly dead. There's Holborn Head over there, which looks equally dead, and over there, in the distance, is Scrouster Harbour, which again, funnily enough, looks dead. Today, however, we're going to somewhere that might not be dead, but I have a feeling it will. If it is, that's good for the video, and if it isn't, then, well, people just go there. It's wonderful. Rain or shine, 7 days a week, it's perfect. But the place in question is in fact Donnet Beach, and Castletown and Donnet themselves. Not focusing directly on the places, but obviously I'll be getting a bus to Donnet from here in Thurso, and then catching a bus, hopefully later, if I don't mess up the timings, from Castletown back here to Thurso, of course. So, join me as I head to Donnet on the 80 service, which leaves at 11:05. Stupid time, why can't it just be 11 o'clock? No idea, it leaves from just up there. I believe it's 21398, a Volvo B8 RLE MCV Evora SJ72HNN. That's the registration plate. Bus times here, local livery, very nice. And that'll take me to Donnet. It's about a, 10 minute trip, 20 minute trip, something like that. It's not a long trip, but it's quite scenic as we make our way along the coast that way, towards Castletown, and after Castletown we round Donnet Beach, which we get glimpses of as we make our way to Donnet itself, where I'll disembark the vehicle and hopefully walk along a beach similar to this one, back to Castletown. That's the plan. Hopefully it works in question. If it doesn't, then, well, I don't particularly care. Just gets me out of the house and, well, gets me making some content. Right, let's go. So then, this bus, what is it? Well, it's a Volvo B8 RLE MCV Evora on board the 80 route, and we currently have two of them here in Caithness. I was on one a few weeks ago. It went around hand corner on the 80 route, and well, it was quite tight, but they're sort of, well, not a replacement, but they're in favour of the lack of coaches, I guess, because we retired some a while back. They need some buses for the 80 service and other routes such as the 73 and 74, which now utilise the Mercedes. Whatever. Yeah, basically, not much else. This video, we're off to Donnet. As I said in the introduction, we're now on board. We're off up the Mount Pleasant estate, so we have some thrash from the B8 RLE engine, as you can hear now. Not the most thrashy buses, not as thrashy as the older coaches or even the Mercedes, but whatever, it is what it is. So yeah, this video, well, I made one ages ago that was doing a similar thing, and that was when the Enviros used to run this route, 27796 and 27812. Yeah, they've not been here for ages, and to be honest, I don't even know where the video went. I have a feeling I deleted it because it was crap. I think that's what happened. Not too sure, don't even know where it's gone, but I know it's not here now. So yeah, that's where this video comes in. We're going to actually walk down Donnet Beach today. We're going to get off at Donnet, walk down the beautiful beach, and just experience the outdoors, really. That's kind of the moral of the story for this video, if you will. But the bus is currently navigating the Mount Pleasant estate. It's just gone around that really tight corner just back there. But yeah, that's about it. I'll just catch some views now as we make our way to Castletown. I'm just talking quietly because there's other people on the bus. Right, I'll show you some scenes and views as we make our way towards Donut. adjust here. Just chill. So then, we've made it here to Donnet Bay and Donnet Beach. It's all the way there. Look at it, it's just fantastic. I'm actually lost for words when I look at it. It's just beautiful. I think that's the word to describe it, beautiful. Like most things around here, even this wooden post that you're sat on right now, it has beauty, doesn't it? Look at the knots in that wood. I'm joking. Anyway, the topic of today's video is of course bussing here and walking there. That's the topic. We bus, we walk, we beach. And also, we leave only footprints, because littering is for bad people. Bad people litter, especially on our beautiful beaches. Anyway, I'm ranting. I'm sort of just going on a bit. I'm just excited to walk down this beach, because in all honesty, I haven't walked down the whole thing before. Last time I came here, which I didn't vlog or make a single video on, I might have a photo of like a bus somewhere over there, if I can find it, whatever. I sort of walked halfway down the beach. I thought, bugger this, I can't be bothered. And I just walked down the side of the road, like an absolute gimp. So, today, we're going to actually not become a gimp, and we're going to be the first Henry Cho in the world from Wick, who's 16 years old, to come here and walk down the entire length of Donnet Beach. There's campermans looking very confused. They're just staring at me. They're probably thinking, what's he doing? Focus on the road! Anyway, let's go for a wander that way. And also, we'll keep that in mind. Leave only footprints. Let's go. And already, before I've even stepped onto the beach, well, I'm sort of on this ramp coming down it, I've seen some litter. Look, there's a camping stool. It's just strewn all over here. Sort of, whoever that was, mentioning no names, but whatever jalopy was there, possibly may have dumped some of their stuff. Because a vehicle's been here, for a start. You're not meant to bring a vehicle here. It's very obviously come up here, because it's sort of, well, there's tyre marks all over here. And I'm not blaming them strictly, but there's a fair old chance that whoever it was is the culprit of leaving that there. And I don't like you. As I make my way further along the beach then, we get to see these giant concrete blocks, and these are actually anti-tank sort of defences put here during the second large disagreement. Because the British were scared that the Germans were going to use that big bugger over there to come invade us on these massive vast plains such as Donnet Beach. They never did, and it would appear to be a waste of time. But at least we were prepared. We built millions of these, and there's in fact thousands, I'd say it, probably thousands of them preserved in Caithness. So it's nice to see some World War II history here on Donnet Beach. There's two more of them here, as you can see, just, well, would I say complete? I don't know. They've got like a funny sort of, that sort of thingy-majiggy on top of them. But, yeah, they've definitely moved. Because, like, well, the sand dunes there, they sort of go whoosh. That's the nature of sand dunes. They always move because they're just sand, they're just soft. So I don't know if there's any more. If I see them, I'll definitely either point them out or just film them. But yeah, very interesting to see. There's a beach near me called Reese Beach. There's a lot there. Same as Keith Beach. There's big lines of them. In fact, there's just, well, loads of them. And it's just a reminder of what Britain was in during the 1930s and 1940s. So then, Dunnet Beach, it is genuinely just marvellous. It's so large, it's so vast, just, well, uninterrupted beauty, that's what I'll call it, uninterrupted beauty, its new name. Yeah, I've just been taking photos, just getting some clips, and just generally enjoying myself. And, well, I filmed from where I started, somewhere over there, and I've still got, like, well, all that behind me to go. And I'm enjoying it. I'm not bored. I love walking, and especially when I'm in somewhere that's just as nice and as, well, peaceful and relaxed as this. I'm thinking I'm going to go over towards the sea now and take some photos and clips, but it's kind of difficult to record clips because once you've seen me walk past once on the beach, I could show you that clip like, well, 20 times. So it's not the easiest for YouTube content. If I had a drone, if I had more advanced sort of filming methods and cameras and malarkey, like the BBC, I would be able to do that. But as I'm just filming on my tripod and my old phone, which is what you join me on now, I can't do that. But I'm not complaining, because the place here at Dunnet Beach is simply wowzers. For now though, I'm going to just keep on walking this way, as I said, in a that-way-ly direction. What did I say? Westerly? Southwesterly direction. That's the sort of latitude that I'm facing, or direction, if you will. That was a very geographical term, wasn't it? Latitude, God. You didn't know I knew that. Not necessarily using it in the right order, or in the right context, but whatever. I do not give a monkey's. So yeah, Dunnet Head there, as you can see, looking absolutely wonderful behind me. That's the most northern point on the British mainland. That's confusing me because I'm seeing myself in the camera, and then my reflection looks even more ugly in the phone. I thought I'd like grown. Whatever. What's this salty sea air doing to me? No idea. It's messing with my brain, but also in a good way, because it's just good to come here and just sort of, I don't know, it's like difficult to say. What am I trying to say? No idea. How am I going to say it? Even less of a clue. So, I'm going to keep on walking in a that-way-ly direction, as I said a minute ago now, and just try and sort of make up some progress, because I kind of do just want to walk, and that's what I've come here for. So, sit rep, it's looking beautiful, the beach is still here, obviously, and I'm also still here, on the beach. But, I've got a slight concern about my trainers. They're absolutely soaked. I've got nice clean trainers now, but they're absolutely soaking. That's not good for the day. Now every time I walk it's like Shrek swamp, it's like squelch, squelch. Shut up! Just dry! No, they're not going to dry for a while. Yeah, it sort of just splashed in and just went and the tripod and cellular device that I'm filming on also got a little bit wet, but that's okay, don't worry, everything's fine. I'm going to walk this way, get to Castletown and have some lunch. Oh my gosh, relax, finally, we're here. We've made it to Caithness. The beach is glorious, the golden sands arise. We've done it from there, where I'm pointing, in Dulwich, to here in Castletown, in just under 2 hours. That's quite good going, really, to say that, well, I got wet, and turned out to be really boiling. The sun's come out, and I'm frankly exhausted. I don't know why I've got my jacket on. Right, I need some lunch. Got a slight change of plan because I'm hot and I'm bothered, and there's a bus back to work from Castletown. So, well, I'm just gonna use it because like the world is my oyster. I'm not even in the frame. The bus is due in around 3 minutes, and well, I'm just gonna go back to work really, and I'll kind of wrap up the video there. So then, as you can see, we are now back in my room after my adventurous day visiting Donnet Beach by bus. Didn't quite go to plan at the end. I planned to go all the way back to Thurso on the bus and have a few more hours out. In fact, I'd be on a bus right now if the plan had gone accordingly. But of course, I got tired, I got hot, I got wet. I didn't prepare for the weather because when I left my house this morning, it was, well, frankly, Baltic. It was foggy, the sun wasn't out. But throughout the day, the sun burned through the fog, and my giant thick jacket, my woolly hat, well, were kind of rendering as useless and a giant hindrance to my entire day. But that's fine, don't worry, that wasn't part of it. Obviously then I decided that standing next to the water that came in was a smart idea. No, that wasn't either. Got my feet wet, and then I was complaining even more. I was just basically me when I'd got to the end, and that's why I was like this when I got to Caithness. Woohoo! I was celebrating because I was thinking, what a load of pain I've just gone through, and I don't have to do that again. And I said I'd wrap up the video in a quaint and what's the word, secluded spot. Well, I never did that either, did I? Because I just realised that in about 15 minutes after I'd said that, there was a bus straight back to work, which was quite convenient. The 99 service, it just runs one time a day on a Saturday at the time of filming, which is March 2025. One time a day, and it sets off at 13:05 from Thurso, gets to Castletown at 13:19, and it gets you back to work for about 13:40 something. So yeah, I didn't have lunch in Castletown. I went and got it in Wick at the Tesco, so obviously I didn't film me eating Wick. I don't think I could eat Wick. I'm not that got big of an appetite. Whatever. I didn't film myself eating lunch, obviously, in Wick, because that wasn't part of the video. But anyway, that is us. We're back here in my room after a long, adventurous, and quite tiresome day. So, would I recommend it though? Absolutely. I'd recommend dressing for the weather, or sort of not dressing for the weather in my case. And, well, in fact, you could avoid getting wet. But again, it's quite fun. Some people, not myself included, like sort of going down the beach, paddling, whatever you want. People do that on beaches. It's perfectly fine. In my case, however, I, well, had just my shoes on, so they just got wet. And, well, they've dried off a bit now, but, well, they're still a bit damp and covered in sand, which is awkward. So I'll have to sort that after the video. But I'd recommend it if you dress for the weather and don't do it in a heat wave. Is that a good idea? And also, in terms of the weather, it's Baltic this morning, and then it just went sort of hot. How? We're definitely getting to spring. Winter's gone, spring is here, spring's upon us. So, with that said, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one, really. I hope you enjoyed it. I certainly did. Right, bye.